Hello, my name is Daryl Wildberg, and as you can see by my tie clasp and my lapel pin there, I am a Jehovah's Witness. Now those are just reminders for you where to go for up-to-date information that can save your life, can help you and your family, can help you as a teen, as a child. Best website ever. Check it out. Free videos, free Bibles, free literature. Everything is free. Apostates want to charge you. They ask you for money. I don't ask you for any money. I don't want your money. I'm trying to save your life. This video is not approved by the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. They didn't make it at their fancy studio there. Beautiful studios. It's not approved by the 8 faithful and wonderful, dear, loving, self-sacrificing members of that governing body. Matthew labeled the faithful and discreet slave, and Luke labeled the faithful steward, loving man. They didn't make it either. And it's not approved by any local body of elders. I work for Jesus Christ directly. Okay? That's it. He works for Jehovah. So technically, all 8.6 million Jehovah's Witnesses work for Jesus Christ and Jehovah. I can't make it any more simpler than that. I don't call any man my leader. No man is my leader. No group of men are my leaders. Okay? I hope you guys can understand that. Today, we're going to discuss, and I want you to sit down in your comfortable chair, kick off your shoes, because I'm going to drop a bombshell on apostates about the Freemasons. It's a bombshell. Now, many of the Freemasons believe, or many of the apostates believe, including the Smurf idiot, that Freemasonry and Jehovah's Witnesses are tied into each other because at one time the Jehovah's Witnesses used a cross through a crown, and that was a Freemason symbol. And what I'm going to show you today, believe it or not, are the first 3 screenshots that you're going to see in this video are Freemason tools. The Freemason symbols. The first 3 screenshots. The 4th screenshot you're going to see in the right hand, not upper, but not all the way to the corner, almost to the corner, about 2/3 down the page, you're going to see the symbol of the Masons, the cross through a crown. And the 4th screenshot will show you a close-up of that. This is a Freemasonry symbol there. Now, on the 5th screen, you're going to see some Jehovah's Witnesses cross through the crown. Now, it's given that the Jehovah's Witnesses used to have that symbol, but it wasn't tied to the Freemasons, it was tied to Christianity. And I'm going to get into that in a minute, but you can see from that 5th screen and the 6th screen that the Jehovah's Witnesses did in fact at one time use that cross through the crown. And then when we discovered, my brothers back there in the 20s discovered that, oh man, Jesus Christ didn't die on a cross. He wasn't executed on a cross. No. See, the Greek word is staros. The Greek word staros means a pole, stake, or pile, or tree. So therefore, they did away with the cross and the crown and all that. But the apostates still claim that because the Jehovah's Witnesses used the 7th symbol, that they're tied into the Freemasons. In fact, if you look at the 8th symbol, the screenshot, It has Catholic symbols, which the one symbol is similar to what the Jehovah's Witnesses used. And you got the Lutheran symbols, also similar. In fact, here on this next screenshot is very interesting. And what it does is it's the cross and the crown symbol. And this is taken from Wikipedia. In addition to the Roman Catholic and Orthodox Church uses, the symbol also appears in the seal of the Christ Church of Christ. So you've got the Catholics that use the symbol, and you got the Orthodox that use the symbol. And I'm going to go through here and show you a lot more that use that symbol. And it also says that the symbol is tied into Freemasonry. So you've got Catholics, Lutherans, Jehovah's Witnesses, and Freemasons that use that symbol. Is that all? No. No, that's not all. You've got some others. Now, the next box screenshot is Mary Baker Eddy, who was the founder of the First Church of Christ Scientist in 1875 or 1876, somewhere around there. She used the cross going through you can see that on the 9th screenshot. And it's read, healed the sick, raised the dead, and cleansed the lepers, cast out demons. Interesting, huh? Of course, that was Mary Baker. On the next screenshot, you have 5 symbols used by, first of all, by the Christian Science, the symbol, and then by Jehovah's Witnesses, which the Catholics also use one similar to that, and then another Catholic symbol, and then you have the 2 Lutheran symbols to the right there, and then you have the Masonic symbol, the Freemason symbol, not Masonic, Freemason symbol. You can see there and compare all 5, they're all similar. On the next screenshot, you have the Catholic symbols. Now it's interesting here because on these next shots, I'm going to give you screenshots of the following. Lutherans, Christian Science, Catholics, Jehovah's Witnesses, Freemasons, Methodists, Pentecostals, Baptists, Presbyterians, Episcopalians, Mormons, Evangelicals, Anglicans, Orthodox, and Protestants. Every single one of those religions have used the cross and the crown. Hey, I've got the symbols right there under their names. Now, using the reasoning of the apostates, the idiots, like the Smurf idiot, that because that symbol is used by the Jehovah's Witnesses, that makes us Freemasons, keep in mind that there are 1.1 billion Catholics and they use the symbol. There are 104 million Lutherans, they use the symbol. There are 30,000 members of the Christian Science. There are 8.6 million Jehovah's Witnesses that used the symbol and no longer do. There are about 5 million Freemasons. There are about 70 million Methodists, 600 million Pentecostals, 43 million Baptists, 75 million Presbyterians, 2.2 million Episcopalians, 14 million Mormons, 550 million Evangelicals, 80 million Anglicans, 300 million Orthodox, and 800 million Protestants. So according to the moronic apostates, there are 2.5 billion Freemasons in the world, And they are the largest denomination in the world, because the next lowest one is the 1.8 billion Muslims. Hey, that's what the apostates claim. There's no other Freemasonry sign. Now, the wings that they use, that's an Egyptian symbol. And I guess what I'm trying to point out here to these morons is that just because somebody uses a symbol doesn't mean that they're affiliated. Now, there's night and day between the Catholics and the Orthodox. There's night and day between the Lutherans and the Catholics. They believe some of the same things, but for the most part. Same thing with the Christian Science, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Freemasons, the Methodists, Pentecostals. All of these teach differently. Now, most of these religions are Trinitarians. They all believe in the Trinity. But again, keeping in mind that that symbol that was used by the Jehovah's Witnesses back in the 20s is no longer used. So all of these apostate morons who think that because Jehovah's Witnesses used a symbol which appeared like or reasonably mimicked what the Freemasons used, it means that they were tied into the Freemasons. That's a total and unequivocal lie. Boom! I just blew that all apart on the apostates. Charles Taze Russell, his brother and his father were not Freemasons. Barbara Anderson, an apostate, the queen of the poster child of the apostates. Barbara Anderson, check her out, research her. She researched it with the Masons and found out that neither Charles Taze Russell nor his brother nor his father were Freemasons. Nobody. In fact, there are, if you look at my video, my recent video here not too long ago, a couple of months ago, Charles Taze Russell and the Freemasons, look at that video. More bombshells for the apostates. Believe me, the Smurf idiot is a moron, and so are all those who believe that the Jehovah's Witnesses are tied into the Freemasons. We are not. We're so different than the Freemasons, it's like night and day. First of all, there's more of us than Freemasons. There's only 5 million Freemasons, and there's 8.6 million Jehovah's Witnesses. And they're not even close in teachings. So there's no Jehovah's Witnesses wearing secret, like the Smurf idiot, secret Masonic rings. She's such a liar. My last video's 3-part video proved that. And that's who you're listening to on this Freemason stuff. You're listening to these idiots. Don't listen to these idiots. Don't listen to these morons like a Smurf girl who claims that she's got videos out with Freemasonry and the Jehovah's Witnesses. If you go by what they claim, there's 2.5 billion Freemasons. The Catholics, the Lutherans, the Methodists, the Episcopalians, they all use the same symbol that the Jehovah's Witnesses used in the 20s. They all use it currently. All of them. And that was just the major religions. I didn't even get into the minor ones. Go check those out. Go research it for yourselves. And that's the only tie-in to the Freemasons for the Jehovah's Witnesses is that cross through the crown that we used in the magazines. The rest of them are not Freemasons, not Freemason emblems. And there were certain emblems that resembled certain other time periods. But just because you use an emblem doesn't mean that they pray to it. They didn't set up candles before it. They merely used it as an emblem, as it was. It wasn't a false worship. Now it just so happens that the cross is false worship, and as soon as my brothers found out, boom, we got right away from it. We stopped it in cold. In its tracks, we stopped it completely. So the next time you hear one of these moron apostates claim that, hey, look at here, they used a symbol to cross through the crown. Just remember that 2.5 billion other religious people also used it. The ones that quit when we found out. We stopped. You see, the Jehovah's Witnesses have made many mistakes in the past. There's no doubt about that. Mankind is not perfect. We're certainly not perfect. But you see, what sets us apart from these other moronic false religions is that when we discover that we made a mistake, we admit it, we change, and we move on. And most of you apostates can't deal with that. There's a new video out by Garrett Loesch here at www.jw.org. Go check it out. It's in the 147th Gilead graduate. Go check out that video. It's an important video. A lot of information on that video. Go check it out. It's about all the times that the brothers made the mistake of looking forward to the destruction of this world. Check it out. It's honest. And like I said, that's what sets us apart from all the other religions on the face of the earth. We admit when we make a mistake. Now, some of my brothers don't like to call it a mistake. Some of them like to call it new light. And it's okay. It was new light. But it was a mistake. It was an error. And because of that, people look down on the organization because these brothers tried to clean it up. Well, it was just new light. I had a couple of brothers call me in on the generations issue and on the faithful slave issue. See, it used to be that the Jehovah's Witnesses believed that the faithful slave was all of the anointed in Matthew 24:45-47. I didn't believe that. In the 1960s, I didn't agree to that. In fact, when I was baptized, I would not agree to it. I told the brothers right out, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody that the faithful and discreet slave is all the anointed. I'm not going to tell them that they're not, but I'm not going to cross that bridge. I'm not going to tell these people what I know to be an untruth. Now, a lot of my brothers also knew it in the 60s, but it took the faithful slave, the governing body, who is the governing body, it's not all the anointed, it took them until, I think it was 2013 to clean it up. And now they've directed and these two brothers called me in because I made the statement that, well, we had it wrong. We made a mistake. We were wrong. Oh, no, brother, we weren't wrong. It's new light. You idiots. You were wrong. We were wrong. It's best to admit your fallibility instead of trying to clean it up and push it under the rug with all these stupid claims of just new light. Yeah, there was new light. There's no doubt about that. The new light replaced the old light. But we still had it wrong. Admit it and move on. We've had a lot of things wrong. A lot. Over the years. That cross through the crown, that was one thing we put on the magazines, and they had to take it off because it wasn't the way Jesus was executed. But make no doubt about it, the dear ones had it wrong. That's it. We were wrong, and when we found out we were wrong, we made the adjustments. That's why Jehovah chose us. That's why he chose that International Bible Students Association to eventually adapt his name, Jehovah. But you see, it took from 1914, when Jesus returned to inspect, up until the year 1931, in order for Jehovah to say, okay, let them use my name. They can use my name now because they're doing what we want. They're making the adjustments. As we give them the new light, they make the adjustments. But that doesn't mean we didn't have it right. We didn't have it wrong. But listen to this video, Garrett Loesch, 147th Bible or Gilead graduate, on www.jw.org. do yourselves a favor and do that. And the next time some apostate moron tells you that the Freemasons are associated with Jehovah's Witnesses, tell him he's full of beans. Because we're not. And we never were. Just please look at my video on Charles Taze Russell and the Freemasons. It's on there. It's on YouTube. Thanks for watching this video and have a nice day.